The 7 deadly sins are the traits which will lead an individual to their imminent demise: pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Every single one is represented perfectly by a member of the Roblox YouTube community, and today we will be talking about all of them, beginning with pride. The sin of pride is an excessive love of one's own excellence. It's when someone displays a self-worth beyond their true value. The many immoral, controversial, and self-centered exploits of a horrific Roblox troll, Lisa Gaming Roblox, are a perfect example of this sin. She began her journey on the platform destroying random players' houses in Bloxburg, showing a complete lack of empathy and, more than anything, a feeling that she was above the rules. Lisa's immoral actions would continue, and with much hatred from the community also came a considerable amount of success. She'd garner over 176,000 subscribers and 48 million views, and a boatload of viral videos. However, while Lisa's pride made her immensely successful, it was also the cause of her demise. Nobody liked her to begin with, but with every upload, Lisa Gaming Roblox's reputation became worse and worse, to the point where she'd even feature in a Sunny V2 video as a candidate for the worst YouTuber ever, along with becoming hated by the entire Roblox community. It's more than safe to say that Lisa Gaming's controversial reputation and prideful sins are a perfect example of the well-known quote, "What's the point of gaining the whole world if you lose your soul?" But maybe the greedy sins of Lankybox are an even better example of this notion. The sin of greed is one of hunger, desire, and an intense need for wealth and power. An individual compromised by greed will do anything, and I mean anything, to obtain their end. From the very beginning of their career, it was clear Lankybox didn't care about anything but viewership. They latched onto K-pop trends for money when it meant nothing to them. However, their greed reached whole new lows as time went on. Over the coming years, they'd expand their content to gaming and therefore Roblox. During this period, the Lankybox content machine became even more soulless and degenerate. They'd pump out multiple incredibly low quality videos a day, exploiting annoying trends, excessive clickbait, and even a complete lack of care for their audience. These were just a few of the terrible behaviors exhibited by Lankybox, and while this was bad, they'd reach another level of awful. Later in their time in the Roblox scene, Lankybox would be called out for stealing the thumbnails, titles, and video ideas of other creators. They shamelessly stole as they knew there were no consequences for their immorality. However, Cole's wrathful behavior seemed to be motivated by a lack of reprimand for his own wrongdoing. The sin of wrath, defined as a strong feeling of hatred, resentment, or anger with a desire for revenge. It leads to guaranteed isolation and failure in society. So what exactly happens when a Roblox YouTuber acts so angrily they alienate their entire friend group, and not only that, destroy their career at the same time? In the case of Cole, it did not end well whatsoever, but to understand the depth of his cancellation, let's provide a brief backstory. In 2016, a group of 5 creators came together in one of the first and most influential groups of the Roblox scene. They were called the Pals. The group consisted of Dennis, Sketch, Alex, Sub, and Cole. But in mid-2019, the group's trajectory would change forever. Cole had grown upset at his position as a creator. He wasn't happy with the job anymore, and you could say it didn't live up to his childhood dream. This seemingly normal realization led to an unhinged rage that destroyed his reputation and online career. Cole would go off the handles, tweeting incredibly disrespectful replies to fans who loved his content. This complete lack of care for his audience made all of his friends cut ties with him, and shortly after, he'd leave the internet forever. And while the wrath of Cole is forgivable, the same can't can't be said about the lustful sins of Inhi. The sin of lust, defined as an excessive desire for explicit pleasure, was perfectly exemplified by the tragic allegations of Inhi. Inhi was once a respected Roblox YouTuber and community manager of a renowned game, Toilet Tower Defense Simulator. However, in May of 2024, he would face serious and true accusations that he a 15-year-old girl, along with acting incredibly inappropriately. The worst part was his age. At the time of his actions, he was 20 years old, making his lustful sins unforgivable. The envious sins of a once respected Roblox YouTuber, Side-Iced, though aren't as clear-cut. Envy is a sin exemplified by immense jealousy for the possessions of others, and the actions of Side-Iced appear to perfectly show this. He has a record of harassing and falsely striking other creators.
I started my channel, he gives me a fake copyright strike, he gives my brother a fake copyright strike, and he uses those copyright strikes to gain my information and spam all my information in my Discord server over and over and over and over again.
However, his actions towards two larger creators are the most envious of them all. He'd go on a hate campaign towards Parlo during a mental breakdown.
Also, Side-Iced has engaged in defamation against me, just further ruining his credibility and validity, as if he had any more anyway, because he decided to maliciously corrupt screenshots set in my public Discord server channel regarding me and Maple, and then he tried to spin a narrative that I was a because of it.
Along with harassing Steak relentlessly.
This kid tried to call in a fake bomb threat to my house. I have an autoimmune disease, which makes me really vulnerable to diseases, and if I get sick, I can die really easily. This person sent a positive COVID test kit to my house.
But there was a silver lining to this story, as in late 2023, Side-Iced stopped a large portion of his immoral behavior and instead opted to make amends with Parlo and Steak. While it'd be safe to say that Side-Iced attempted to repent for his sins, the same definitely couldn't be said for the Roblox YouTuber who represents the sin associated with immense laziness, sloth. Mike Crack isn't an insignificant name in the community. He is the largest non-English speaking Roblox creator in the game. However, despite having over 50 million subscribers and 18 billion views, originality doesn't seem to be his strong suit. On multiple occasions by various massive Roblox creators, Mike has been exposed for thumbnail theft, and it's gotten so bad that the entire English speaking Roblox YouTube community knows him as a thumbnail stealer. Will he ever be able to stop and change his ways? It's really hard to tell. While the behavior on its own isn't the worst we've covered in this video, or even on this channel as a whole, his complete lack of accountability is alarming. How can someone be forgiven without accountability? The simple answer is, they can't. There needs to be some degree of change and acknowledgement. The Roblox community is without a doubt filled with a plethora of creepy and horrible people. It seems every day a new Roblox YouTuber is being exposed for the sins of their past. But why is this? And is there something inherently bad about Roblox YouTubers? The answer isn't what you'd expect. Given that Roblox is a game filled with children, it's becoming a breeding ground for creeps, and degenerates. Anyone who wants to take advantage of children for their own ends congregates here, whether it be for gratification for their own explicit desires, in the case of Kaneko Kitten, Inhi, or Fave, or Lankybox, Lisa Gaming, or Quixia for free clout. Many creators in this space have horrible intentions. It's without a doubt that the Roblox space is one of the most densely populated but unsafe places for children on the entire internet. But what do we do to stop this? It's a difficult question. How do you stop a community filled with children from containing dangerous As we've seen in recent times with the Minecraft community, an awareness of the reputation the creators have is simply not enough. Creepy people still seem to be able to skirt by the system, and there's a pretty clear reason for this. The community, in a way, enables this behavior, which raises an important question. Are all Roblox YouTubers terrible people? In a previous video, we covered the meanest and nicest Roblox YouTubers. We discussed how for every nice Roblox Roblox YouTuber, there is an equally mean one. And honestly, the ratio is far worse than that. Almost every creator in the Roblox niche has engaged in some form of sinful or immoral behavior. And while not every Roblox YouTuber is a creep or child lover, there's certainly an interesting argument to be made here. Does the Roblox community favor immorality? It's a complicated question to answer, but I think I know what it is. In a different video on this channel, we talked about Roblox's most hated developer, Big Games, or otherwise known as Preston. We discussed how his immorality gained him immense success in the short term, but ultimately damaged his career. And in another video, we discussed how Roblox themselves were willing to engage in disturbing behavior just to profit their business by adding an 18+ feature. But if you look at the game in its entirety, it begins to become incredibly clear why Roblox YouTubers are incentivized to behave the way they do. Every successful Roblox YouTuber, developer, and even players act in ways that are destructive to not only themselves, but the broader community. If Big Games or Roblox themselves can't act appropriately, why would the YouTubers? If anything, this problem is a downstream effect of what might be the biggest issue with the game itself. And if they don't act fast, this may cause the downfall of the game as a whole. The 7 deadly sins are the worst traits any individual can embody. They not only lead to harm towards the individual, but everyone around them. Throughout history, societies have fallen as a result of these horrific behaviors. Just one can lead a great person down a path of horrific degeneracy, where the only end is death. The creators in this video made terrible decisions in their search for attention, money, clout, and love. They decided to act in ways that can only be resolved through atonement. But can they really atone for their sins? Are the creators in this video savable? Really, that's up to you as the viewer to decide. However, one thing is clearer than day. The Roblox community is filled with degenerates, awful people, and disgusting predators. We've covered this many times on the channel before, and the problem keeps getting worse. This video serves as a warning for the dangerous path Roblox as a community is taking. Will the game ever recover? Can we do anything to stop this? Who knows? But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe. And if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now. Also, if you are this far into the video, join the Discord as it helps us build a strong community. And type in the general chat Ducky Chases Bread.